Welcome to the meeting of the Assembly Committee on Government Affairs for the 2025 legislative session. Will the Secretary please call the roll?
Assembly Member Carter.
Present.
DeLong.
Present.
De Silva.
Here.
Edgeworth. Flanagan. Gallant. Golding. Gurr. Hunt. Jackson. Karras. Kasama. Nguyen.
Here.
And Chair Considine.
Please mark Chair Considine and members Flanagan, Assembly Member Flanagan, present when they arrive. Welcome to the audience in Carson City, those joining by video conference in Las Vegas, and those listening over the internet. Chair Considine is presenting a bill in another committee this morning, so I will move us through the meeting until her return. I would like to begin with some housekeeping measure. First, please silence your electronic devices. If you wish to testify, please sign in at the table by the door and provide a business card to the committee secretary. When testifying, please turn on the microphone and clearly state your name and any affiliation for the record. Turn the microphone off each time you are done speaking. If providing handouts, please ensure that hard copies are available for the member of the public. Electronic copies should be submitted to our committee manager by 9 a.m. yesterday for committee members. We expect courtesy and respect in our interaction during the meeting, even if we disagree with someone else's position. I encourage committee members to ask questions and engage with the material presented. If you have any follow-up question, please flag them for me so we can ensure we balance our time effectively during the meetings. Committee members will be using their laptops to view handouts and other documents. Please do not interpret this as a sign of disrespect or inattention. With that, let us get started. Today, we will hear two bills. First, we will hear Assembly Bill 82, which requires the governor to proclaim certain days of observance, and then AB 50, which revises provision relating to victims of a mass casualty incident. All right, are we ready? Okay. I will now open the hearing on AB 82. To present this measure, we have our very own Assembly Member De Silva, as well as Assembly Member Nadeem. So please go ahead when you're ready.
Good morning, Chair Considine and Vice Chair Nguyen, Acting Chair today. Thank you for this opportunity to present AB 82. For the record, I am Assembly Member Ruben De Silva. I also want to thank a co-sponsor, Assembly Member Nadeem, for presenting alongside me this morning. This bill will add several religious and cultural holidays to the official list of days held in observance in Nevada. These days are Diwali, Eid al-Fitr, Vaisakhi, and Vesak. These are the central religious holidays to some of the largest faith traditions in the world and to communities that are today some of the fastest growing in the state of Nevada. I will be calling upon Ms. Lali Parasa of the Northern Nevada Indian Association to give a brief overview of the 4 religious and cultural holidays this bill seeks to bring to the calendar of observed days. I will then invite Mr. Roka Yousefzai, who is in Las Vegas, I believe, of the Islamic Association of Las Vegas, and Assembly Member Hanadi Nadeem to highlight why this particular bill is important to these growing Nevada communities and how it adds to the overall cultural awareness and cultural consciousness of the state. After their remarks, I will quickly and briefly describe the mechanics of the bill. I will now invite Ms. Lali Parasa to further elaborate on why this bill was brought forth and to also discuss the meaning of these religious and cultural holidays.
Thank you, Assemblyman Ruben De Silva, and thank you for inviting me to this session here. My name is Lali Parasa, and I am from India Arts and Cultural Center. India Arts and Cultural Center is a nonprofit organization which we have started in 2024 to promote India's rich culture and heritage and do a lot of activities here. We have our own cultural center here. We do a lot of activities and programs in the center. I invite everybody to visit our center if you have time during these sessions when you are here in Carson City. So moving forward to the bill, I would like to explain about the importance of all the holidays we have here, which are very, very rich for us and which have a great value to all of us. Starting with Diwali festival, Diwali is also known as Festival of Lights. It is one of the most widely celebrated holidays in USA and among Indian communities worldwide. It typically falls between mid-September and mid-November, depending on the lunar calendar, and is celebrated by millions of people across various religions, including Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and Buddhists across the world. Significance of this festival. We do light lamps on this day of the festival. We exchange gifts. We distribute sweets and have feast with our friends and families and extended families together. We bring community and have family gatherings, large gatherings with cultural festival, and it's a big festival for us. It's like a Christmas for us. And we do observe religious observance that day. And in Diwali in modern times, lately in the last 20 years, this has been a traditional religious and cultural aspect of central modern celebrations, which include elaborate parties, public events, global recognition of the holiday. Global observance. Through Diwali, originated in India, it is now celebrated in various parts of the world, especially where large Indian communities live, such as in the United States, Canada, and United Kingdom, Australia, and parts of Africa as well. Many of these communities hold public Diwali events showcasing Indian culture, music, dance, food to promote cultural understanding. I would like to conclude this Diwali holiday. It is a very joyous holiday that celebrates hope, renewal, and togetherness. It's not just a religious event, but also a cultural festival, one that fosters a spirit of unity, peace, and celebration. The symbolism of light conquers darkness resonates universally, making Diwali a time for people to reflect, reconnect, and rejoice. Coming to the next festival, Eid al-Fitr. Eid is one of the most important religious holidays celebrated by Muslim community worldwide. Eid al-Fitr, often referred to as the festival of breaking the fast, is celebrated at the end of Ramadan, the holy month of fasting. Ramadan is observed by Muslims as a time for self-reflection, spiritual growth, prayer, and fasting from dawn until sunset. Eid al-Fitr marks the end of this month-long fast and is a time of thanksgiving to Allah for the strength and patience shown during Ramadan. Significance of this festival. Eid al-Fitr is a celebration of both the end of the fasting period and the renewal of faith. It is a time to give thanks to Allah for the spiritual cleansing achieved through fasting, prayer, and reflection. Muslims all over believe that fasting during Ramadan helps to purify their soul, develop empathy for the less fortunate, and strengthen community bonds. As a global observance, Eid is celebrated worldwide by Muslim community, although customs and traditions may vary slightly by region and culture. Eid is a public holiday with large gatherings for prayers, feast, and festivities. Eid is often celebrated within communities with prayers held at local mosques and cultural centers. Eid is a time of joy, gratitude, and togetherness, whether it's the end of Ramadan during Eid al-Fitr or the act of sacrifice and charity to reflect the values of community. Eid represents both a spiritual renewal and an opportunity to strengthen bonds with family, friends, and communities at large. Coming to the third festival, Vaisakhi, which is also spelled as Baisakhi, is an important cultural and religious festival primarily celebrated in India, particularly by Sikhs and Hindus, as well as by people in other countries or other parts of the world. It marks the beginning of the harvest season and holds special significance for different communities, particularly in Punjab, where it is widely celebrated. Significance of Vaisakhi for Sikh people, like SIKHS, that's a Sikh category. Vaisakhi is a deeply religious occasion as it commemorates the formation of the Khalsa, the collective body of initiated Sikhs, by Guru Gobind Singh in 1699. On this day, Guru Gobind Singh called upon his followers to demonstrate their commitment to Sikh values by baptizing them into the Khalsa. For Hindus, Vaisakhi is a harvest festival celebrating the arrival of the new season. It is seen as a time of thanksgiving for the harvest, and many regions in India, particularly in Punjab and northern Indian states, celebrated it with vibrant festivities. Vaisakhi and the Sikh community identity is particularly significant for Sikhs because of its role in defining the Sikh identity. The formation of the Khalsa on this day is a key event in Sikh history. The Khalsa symbolizes the value of equality, justice, and service to humanity. I would like to conclude this holiday. Vaisakhi is a vibrant, joyous festival with rich religious culture and historical significance. For Sikhs, it marks the foundation of their identity through the Khalsa, while for Hindus, it signifies the celebration of the harvest and the beginning of a new agricultural cycle. These festivals strengthen bond within families, communities, and the global Sikh and Hindu diaspora, and remains as occasion of hope, prosperity, and unity among us. The last festival, Vaisakha, also called as Vesak, is one of the most important holidays in the Buddhist calendar and is celebrated by millions of Buddhists around the world. It commemorates the birth, enlightenment, and death, Nirvana of Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha. Significance of Vesak, also known as Buddha Jayanti, is the most important festival in Buddhism. It is a celebration of the life and teachings of Buddha, marking three key events: the birth of Siddhartha Gautama, the enlightenment of Buddha, the death of Buddha, which is Parinirvana. Vesak also commemorates the day when the Buddha passed away at the age of 80, achieving Parinirvana, which is the final release from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. This signifies the completion of his journey, having attained ultimate peace and liberation. Vesak is widely celebrated in countries with Buddhist population. The universal message of this religious significance for Buddhist is it's a message of peace, compassion, and mindfulness which resonates universally. The Buddha's teachings encourage the practice of mindfulness, compassion, and all living beings, understanding that life is transient, reminding people to live in the present moment and cultivate peace within themselves in their communities. The conclusion is Vesak is a time of great religious significance for Buddhists around the world. It is not only a celebration of the Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and death, but also a time of reflection, meditation, and recommitment. Vesak brings people together to celebrate the Buddha's teachings, to foster a deeper connection with compassion, peace, and understanding. Thank you so much.
Ruben De Silva for the record. Now we'll have Mr. Rokai Rousefzai in Las Vegas.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings be upon you. Good morning, distinguished chairman and assemblyman. When my children were young, at a younger age...
Sorry to interrupt, but can you please state your name for the record?
Forgive me. Rokai Yousefzai. When my children were young, I would take them to a park where they were celebrating Easter. And they would play and they would have a great time collecting eggs And they would come at the end of it and ask me, Father, how come we don't get to celebrate our holidays? Why is it that we can't celebrate a special day in this country that we were born into? And I would tell them, have patience, the time will come. We have been working very hard for our community at large as part of the Interfaith at Large Council to be able to celebrate a day of dignity, a day of joy, a day that we can claim that is ours. The relevance of being able to vote for this assembly, for this bill, as a yes, it is so important for all of us living in Nevada to make this our home for the future of our generation. What you're doing today, you are making history. An Arabic word would be sadaqah jariyah. This is like as if you're planting a tree, and that tree grows. And when that tree grows, people will come together and sit underneath that tree and enjoy that shade that has provided. When the time comes, we are long gone. I will be gone. My kids will be gone. My future generations will be gone. But this bill will exist. It will be recognized for all, from all, knowing the fact that we at large community came together and made something happen. I humbly ask of all of you, please consider this bill and vote yes on this bill. It is extremely important for our community, our city, our state of Battleborn. Home means Nevada. So I thank you. I appreciate you. I represent the Muslim community. I'm the community affair liaison between the Muslim community and our interfaith and everyone else in Las Vegas. I have represented Las Vegas for quite some time, over 25 years of working with different nonprofit organizations. Islamic Association, I am the founder of Masjid Tawheed, one of the founders. Islamic Association of Las Vegas. I am the CEO of ARY Foundation, which we help a lot of the refugees, whether it requires legal documentations, paperwork, food, assembly, homeless, providing food, shelter, whatever we can do to provide the source and resources and direct them to the right organizations. I have been involved with the local law enforcement's different divisions to provide a service for our community. We have worked very hard to be here. Again, we need your help. We need your support to vote yes. Thank you so much. And I have Mr. Rubin.
Thank you, Mr. Rokai Yousafzai. I'm sorry. And now we'll have Assemblymember Nadeem.
Thank you. Good morning, Vice Chair Wynn. For the record, my name is Assemblymember Hanadi Nadeem, Hanadi Nadeem. I am the first Muslim American to serve in the Nevada State Legislature. I am very happy to co-sponsor AB 82. The bill is testament to Nevada's commitment to inclusion and diversity, opening the door to greater interfaith dialogue and respect. Like Assemblymember De Silva, I am also a member of AAN HPI caucus. As a member of caucus, I recognize that the four faith traditions outlined in this bill are central aspects of Asian American culture, society, and heritage. As Nevada grows and becomes more diverse, it is important for our state calendar of recognized days of observance to reflect the makeup of today's Nevada. I also want to emphasize that the bill is written in a way that is educational in nature, calling for the governor and appropriate government officers to bring to the attention of the residents of Nevada the contributions made to the state by adherents of these religions and cultural traditions. With that said, Vice Chair, I would like to turn things over to Assemblymember Ruben De Silva, who will go over the technical aspects of this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember. Ruben De Silva for the record. This bill is pretty straightforward. It'll require the governor to recognize these various holidays as days of observance. The proclamation may call upon the news, media, educators, business, and labor leaders and appropriate governmental offices to bring to the attention of the residents of Nevada the diversity and inclusion of the cultures that celebrate these various holidays in the state of Nevada and throughout the world. This bill is about inclusion and celebrates one of the strongest aspects of the battle-born state, its diversity. And with that, Chair, we stand for any questions. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. Right now, we're going to go to members for questions. So first, we're going to have Assemblymember Jackson.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for your presentation. Given that these communities have been a valued community here for decades, what has been the factors that have delayed this bill from moving forward?
Thank you, Assemblymember Jackson, for that question. That's a very good question. I think, and it's kind of in the vein of the commentary that was made by Mr. Yousefzai in Las Vegas. These communities have been in Nevada, since the beginning. We have evidence that there were, establishments and settlements and, migrants who came to Nevada in the 19th century. It's only now that we were able to bring this bill successfully forward. And I think it's also a testament to, smaller communities that exist in the state having a seat at the table. Myself being the first ever South Asian elected to any elected office in the state of Nevada, our first ever Muslim American serving in the legislature, our chair of this committee, who is also a history-making a member of the Vietnamese community. So it's important that we are at the table, and that's how we're able to bring these bills forward. So thank you for that. I think that's what took the time. We made it a priority. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Assemblymember Golding.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you so much for bringing this, bringing the beauty and value of diverse religions to our attention. I really appreciate that. Excuse me. I wonder if you might consider adding to the bill a Golden Rule Day, which would reflect this universal shared value for both religious communities and non-religious communities.
Thank you, Assemblymember Goulding, for that question. Ruben De Silva, for the record. I think we can definitely look into that. I think one of the this is my background. A little bit about myself. My background is in interfaith dialogue. Both my master's degrees were in global affairs with the focus on the role that religion plays, in the world, in international politics. And that's an important thing to bring up, the Golden Rule, which is commonplace throughout all these different religious traditions, these spiritual traditions. So I think it would be very appropriate. So we'll definitely consider that. Thank you, Assemblymember.
Thank you. Next, we have Assemblymember Karras.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Thank you for a wonderful, very thorough presentation explaining all of these wonderful cultures. I am so astounded that all of you have come together to bring this as a group to everyone to realize in one bill all the various things that we should celebrate. There's that common thread. You're all going for hope and better things in the future. And where is my question and all that? I absolutely want to know, when did you start coming together with 4 diverse religions, and how long did it take to bring this forth? Because it's wonderful.
Actually, I'll defer the beginning portion of that question. Thank you, Assemblymember Ruben De Silva, for the record, to Mr. Yousefzai, who's in Las Vegas, who's been working on this issue for more than 3 decades now. So if we want to start with Mr. Yousefzai and his early experiences with trying to bring this bill forward. Thank you.
For the record, Rokai Yousefzai, Community Affairs Liaison for the Muslim community at large. When I moved here in 1984, that's a few centuries ago, we did not have any place of worship. And early 80s, we had nothing. And then in the mid 80s, we had one location. Now we have over 12 different mosques with different denominations of Islam. Our population has grown close to 100,000, forgive me, close to 100,000 people, and it's growing even more so. We have a lot of families coming into Las Vegas. They're choosing Nevada for a reason. Why? Because they have a potential great future in this community. So this is not something that happened overnight. This is not something that happened, like as I mentioned, for the past several decades, we've been working very hard to try to make something happen. And I understand that sometimes good things takes a little bit longer, and we've had the patience, and we're here today, and we want to make sure that continuing going forward, something good happens for our community, something positive happens for our community at large. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the great question, and thank you for your encouragement. It means a lot to us. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also want to give credit and acknowledge the Democratic government, our great speaker.
Assembly member, if you want to start with your name first, that'd be great.
Yes, sorry
Thank you.
about that. Yeah, my name is Hanati Nadeem, Assembly Member Hanati Nadeem. I will start from the beginning. Thank you, everyone, and I also want to give credit and thanks to the Democratic government, our great speaker, Steve Yeager, and Democratic Caucus for believing in us and bringing us together. Thank you so much, everyone. It is not possible without all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ruben De Silva for the record. And I'll just quickly close on this. This bill came from the community. It came from various town halls, various meetings we had, and this was a priority. When we asked, what does the community want to see in us, as representatives of the community who are now finally serving in these bodies, this was a major priority. Just recognize our religious holidays, which means a lot to members of the Islamic, Hindu, Buddhist, and Sikh communities. And that's what this bill is seeking to do. I also want to reiterate that this is not a holiday, a paid day off, or anything like that. It is simply a day that will be placed on a list of other observed days on the Nevada calendar where the governor will make this proclamation. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Assembly Member DeLong.
Thank you, Interim Chair. Appreciate it. Thanks for bringing this bill. Very, very informative. I appreciate it. Given that it sounds like the intent of this bill is to add days of observance for a number of religious religions in the state. And I noticed that the bill doesn't include any Jewish holidays. Would you guys be open to revising the bill to include Jewish holidays also?
Thank you, Assembly Member, for that question. Ruben De Silva for the record. Yeah, we will look into that. I know that there's already some Jewish holidays that are already outlined in the days of observance of the state, and there are proclamations made from the governor. But we're willing to talk to all communities. Religious diversity in the end is a difficult thing to pinpoint. There's so many different religions, but then you have sects and other different variations of those faiths and of those traditions. So I think we should be open as a state to recognize and to include the different faith communities and the different cultural communities that stem from those organized religions and unorganized aspects of faith. So thank you for that question, and we'll definitely consider that, Assembly Member. Thank you.
Thank you, Assembly Member. And next, we'll go to Assembly Member Flanagan.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. Good morning. Thank you for the presentation. In the bill, it notes different aspects of various months, but because they are calendars associated with the culture, it's unclear to me exactly what months the days of recognition would take place in. The Sikh calendar appears to be March to March, and other things like the Hindu one seems to be based on certain auspicious days and inauspicious days, and then the Islamic calendar is based on the moon's cycle. So can you help us understand which days and when it would take place? Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the question, Assemblymember Flanagan. Ruben De Silva for the record. So we did have an extensive conversation about this. This is, again, a calendar that is not Western in orientation. It is, from a different culture, and these are calendars that go back millennia. We're talking about more than 2,000 years in some cases. In some cases, close to 4,000, 5,000 years. So they are based upon lunar and solar calendars, and we do know when these dates will fall. It's similar to Easter in the Christian tradition. I believe Easter is technically the definition. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. I know we have some, researchers here on the panel. That it's the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. So it'll fall under different days. So there's not a set date. Like this, Christmas is December 25th, but then the other major Christian holiday, Easter, falls on different days, and that's also because of the fact that it's based upon a lunar calendar. So we know exactly when these dates will fall. There is, I believe, every now and then, the Eid is a good example here, that you have the holiday twice in 1 year, according to the Western calendar. So, and in that sense, I believe that the bill will say that even if it falls twice in 1 year, that the governor will still have to make the proclamation on that rare occasion when it does. Thank you, Assemblymember, for that question.
Thank you. I'm not sure if I'm clear, though, which months, just some sense of reference align with the Western calendar. So, like, would it be September? Is it April? Is it July? I just wanted to be a little bit more clear.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblymember, for the question. Ruben De Silva for the record. It's going to fall on different months. Like Vesak, Vaisakhi will fall in the spring. It technically falls in the middle of the month. Again, this is all based upon the lunar and solar calendars that these traditions stem from. The Eid is the Eid al-Fitr is the breaking of the fast on the last day of Ramadan, which could fall at any time in the year, to be honest. So again, they're all based upon those cultural calendars, and they could fall at various different times of the year. Diwali is usually in the fall. It is the festival of lights. It falls in around anywhere from September, October, even November, if I'm not mistaken. So again, there aren't any set dates or even months. It's all based upon the solar and lunar calendars of those faith traditions.
Thank you. That clears it up for me.
Thank you, Assemblymember.
Thank you, Assemblymember Flanagan. We're going to go back to Assemblymember DeLong.
Thank you, Interim Chair. I just want to make sure the record is correct. Looking at NRS 236 018 to 095, those are the periods of observance in the Nevada Revised Statute. There are no Jewish holidays recognized in the period of observance or in the state holidays. And as far as I can see, there's only one religious holiday currently either as a holiday or a period of observance, and that's Christmas. So, thank you, Chair.
Yes, thank you, Assemblymember DeLong, for that question. Yeah, we will definitely look into that, and also, we invite our members of the Jewish community to engage with us, on this bill. Thank you.
Great, thank you, and I thank you for the presentation. And I just have a quick question myself. Is that we have, like you said earlier, Assemblymember De Silva, that we have a lot of the holidays that's already printed on calendars, and we grew up with it. It's kind of commonly known, right? So because some of these holidays that you mentioned are not necessarily taught in school or widely commonly known, this is a way for us to be able to add the value, right? We're not taking anything away from anyone, but we're adding values into the diverse state that we have, the state of Nevada. So is that your intention, is to get us more aware of our community and our neighbors and lifting everyone up and not just, one community versus the other?
Yes, thank you so much, Chair Nguyen, for the question. Assemblymember Ruben De Silva for the record. That is exactly what this bill is trying to do. oftentimes when you have a bill that brings a religious holidays bill or a bill that connotes some kind of day of observance, there's a whole bunch of other groups that also in a valid way also want to be involved. So we had a conversation even within our own bill. There were talks of adding other holidays that were focused on the South Asians and Southeast Asian and broader Asian and African diasporas. But we really focus on these because these are the key. These are the big holidays. It is the main festival for the Sikh community, Vaisakhi, and Vesak for the Buddhist community, which again is a tripartite celebration of the Buddha's birth, enlightenment, and death, and ascendance into nirvana, and also for the Islamic community. Eid al-Fitr is the main celebration. It's like Christmas or Easter would be to Christians. So this is the conversation that we had, and this is why we settled on these four bills. And it is all about inclusion, and it's all about education. That's why the way that the bill is written is really focused on educating the public as to what these holidays mean, why these communities celebrate the holidays, and to also, this is an important tangent, and to also make it known that if there's a student, in a K-12 classroom or college or an employee, that this is why that employee is asking for the day off. Last session we passed a very important bill that was sponsored by now Senator Angie Taylor that would allow for students to be excused, have an excused absence if they're taking that absence in celebration of a religious holiday. So again, this is a wider conversation, of course, that we're having about acceptance, inclusion, and in the end, allowing people to be who they are, but to also be 100% part of the state, be Nevadans and Americans. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Do we have any other questions? All right. So thank you. Thank you for the presentation. If you could please step back. Next, we will hear testimony on the bill. Testimony can be provided in person in Carson City, via video conference in Las Vegas, or over the phone. Further instruction on providing testimony on the bill can be found on the agenda. Each person has 2 minutes to provide testimony. Please keep your remarks to the point and make sure you clearly state your name for the record. I know that there are a lot of great folks here today, and we know that we want to hear from everyone, but we do have another bill hearing and want to get us out on time. If you already heard something already, please be sure just to say ditto or I agree, just so that we can accommodate everyone in the room in Las Vegas as well as on the phone. So with that, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, members of the committee. For the record, Alejandro Rodriguez, Nevada System of Higher Education, and she's in support of this bill. We'd like to thank Assembly members De Silva and Nadeem for bringing it forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Austin Daly from the University of Nevada, Reno. For the record, we are very proud of the diversity of our student body, and we are very proud to be supporting AB 82. I want to thank Assemblymember De Silva for bringing this bill forward, and we hope that the committee will support it as well. So thank you, Vice Chair and members of the committee.
Hello, thank you, Vice Chair and committee. My name is Caitlin Gatchalian, CaitlinGatchalian, Gatchalian, and I'm the chair of the Asian American Pacific Islander Democratic Caucus for the state of Nevada. And as a caucus, we are so excited to show our support for AB 82. The AAPI Democratic Caucus represents the full diaspora of the AAPI community, and we know that our communities are woven into the fabric of the United States history. We are here, we have always been here. Recognize Eid al-Fitr, Diwali, Vaisakhi, and Vesak is a long overdue acknowledgement of the traditions, faith, and cultures that shape the lives of millions of Americans. In the United States, 7 out of 10 Indian Americans celebrate Diwali. Islam is the third largest religion in the country. Sikh and Buddhist communities have long contributed to the social, cultural, and economic fabric of our nation. Yet these important holidays are still not officially recognized. AB 82 is not about a day on the calendar, it's about visibility, inclusion, and respect. To be seen, to be heard, to be recognized and celebrated. This bill is a necessary next step for our community. We hope that in the future we are able to celebrate these holidays with you. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Assembly members. Good morning. My name is Mohammed Salim. For the record, I represent Bangladeshi American Cultural Diversity Council. I've been living in Reno, Nevada since 1982. When I moved to this town, in Washoe County, there were about a handful of Muslims community. Now, in Washoe County, over 3,000. I expect that to be doubled in 5 to 10 years. And Eid is one of the important holidays for the Muslim community in Washoe County. And I would appreciate if Assembly member passed that bill. This will make it easier for the employee to ask for a day off to celebrate from the employer. And also, it will give us the opportunity to get excuse absent from the Washoe County School District. And I want to thank all of you. I hope you pass that bill. It will bring all interfaith religious people together, because when we do celebrate Eid at the local masjid, we invite everybody. It's not only Muslim, it's Hindus, Christian, Jews, everybody. We invite every religion. We do have interfaith meetings at the masjid, local masjid in Reno, Nevada, a couple of times a year. So I want to assure you, this will bring us together, not separate us. I hope you all pass that bill. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Vice Chair, and if I may just say, you're doing an excellent job running the meeting today. Good morning, committee. My name is Zach Bucher. I am the Government Affairs Officer from the great city of North Las Vegas. I want to thank the distinguished bill sponsors for bringing this bill. Our support is very simple. The city of North Las Vegas will always champion and support all members of our community, and this bill helps us do that. So thank you.
Good morning, committee. Thank you, Vice Chair Nguyen. For the record, my name is Catherine Francisco. I am the founder and president of AAPI, Chamber of Commerce of Southern Nevada. I am proud to express the support for AB 82. This bill is a powerful step toward embracing and celebrating the cultural and religious diversity that defines our state, ensuring that all communities feel seen, valued, and respected. Thank you.
For the record, hello, my name is Evan Louie, Chairman of the Board of One API in Nevada. I'm here to testify in support of AB 82. In Nevada, we are the fastest growing Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander demographic in the United States. As Board Advisor to UNLV's Reflections Project, we document Asian Americans' contributions in Nevada in the UNLV libraries. AB 82 is about recognizing our culture, history, and religions as an integral part of our community and traditions. As Mr. Yousefzai pointed out earlier, it's about making history. I believe I know your relative Naweed Yousefzai, and we've helped organize together in the Asian American community and Muslim community. And just last year in Nevada, I had the honor of being part of making history in Nevada and nationally for Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islanders. Our community came together nationally to produce the first Lunar New Year event for the Super Bowl. Changed the Las Vegas Sign Gold for Asian Pacific Heritage Month, hosted the first national summit of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander municipal, state, and federal electeds from all over the country in Las Vegas with Assemblyman Yui Wynn and Assemblywoman Erica Mosca, which these legislators have also passed similar laws in their respective states to observe these types of holidays. And I've helped organize the first Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander Summit, Leadership Summit with the White House. Helping us make history here in Nevada for our Asian American community and acknowledging our culture, traditions, and religions. AB 82 observes days for our Buddhist, Muslim, Hindu, and Sikh religions communities, and we hope you join us in support of this bill in the legislature. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone here. Thank you so much for letting us represent the bill here. And I'm part of Indian Arts and Culture Center. I am a Hindu and I celebrate Diwali.
Can you state your name, please?
Yeah, sorry. My name is Shubhangi Vyaware, and I'm a Hindu here. I celebrate Diwali. Diwali is just not a celebration of one kind, but it's a celebration of good over evil. And we, we help also. We also do a lot of things for wealth, health, and prosperity for everyone, and bring the culture together here to celebrate it together for all parts of world. And I support this bill 8082 because this is something that we have been observing for a long time. And just like the person shared the story, we never get a holiday for that, right? And what do we tell our kids? That we cannot get the holiday because we are not in our own home, right? And that's the reason I really, really want everyone to celebrate all the cultures here, all the holidays, and all the observances for different religious activities here. And I support the bill for that reason. Thank you so much for your presence here.
For the record, it's Utkarsha Sinha. Thank you, and Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Hello, Assembly members. I support this bill, and since childhood we have been celebrating these festivals. It's part of our memories. It's part of our growing up. I want it to be part of my child's growing up. So please pass this bill. That's my humble request. Thank you so much. And I'm part of IACC and Center. Thank you so much. Take care.
Hello, everybody. This is Jayanti Sarkar. I am Hindu, and I am representing IACCNN. Of course, like I have moved to US recently, like 2 years back, and after coming to US, I do miss my home and I do miss my festivals. So after coming here, because Reno and Nevada is my new home, so I miss all my festivals. So after coming here, IACCNN has been celebrating Diwalis and everything they are doing, and it makes me feel home. That's why I feel so glad about it. So I would request every one of you, if you can, please pass the bill. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And then if you can go ahead and fill the chair, if there's an empty spot, go ahead and fill it in so that we know how many more are coming up. So, go ahead.
For the record, my name is Muhammad Nadeem Tark. I am son of Hanadi Nadeem, and please support my mother's bill.
For the record, my name is Annette Magnus, and I am here today representing the Asian Community Development Council, and I'll just say ditto to what the young man just said, so thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in Carson City wishing to testify in support? All right, we'll go to Las Vegas. Again, please feel free to say ditto after you say your name for the record, and then, keep it short and sweet so that we can accommodate everyone. So let's go down to Las Vegas. Please start.
Good morning, Vice Chair and committee member. My name is Fayaz Raja, F-A-Y-Y-A-Z, last name R-A-J-A. And I know it's very important for committee to listen all of us, but I don't want to waste too much of time because you heard enough. But I just wanted to emphasize, I've been in Las Vegas for 45 years, and we've been trying very hard for a long time. And I think we had an opportunity now to ask all the committee members to pass the bill. This bill will seek to recognize Diwali, Eid ul-Fitr, Vaisakhi, and Vesak as an official day of observation in state of Nevada. And I'd like to ask the committee member to pass this bill, and thank you very much for having me.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. My name is Tarseem Singh Sangheda. I am the president of Guru Nanak Gurdwara, oldest Sikh temple in the Las Vegas. We are here to support to the Vaisakhi festival well. Vaisakhi is a prominent Sikh festival, marks the birth of Sikhism. It is the spring harvest celebrated primarily in Punjab and northern India. The festival is celebrated worldwide with the parades, food, entertainment, and the get-together with the family and friends. This holiday is also observed by Hindus as known as the various religious name in the other part of the India. Vaisakhi is always celebrated in the mid of April every year. Early settler from Punjab back in the early 20th centuries in the California's Central Valley near Juba City and the Sacramento have been celebrated Vaisakhi for over 100 years. Vaisakhi celebration began at the Gurdwara, a place of worship for the Sikhs. All Gurdwaras are beautifully decorated for the religious services and faithful to the congregate. Many people enjoy the parade and the special procession through the streets, singing hymn from the Sikh holy book Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Our community's next Vaisakhi festival, as known as Indian Food Festival, will be celebrated on the Saturday, April 12th at the Clark County Government Center Amphitheaters. I invite you all to join us for the day-long celebration. In the past, over 7,000 attendees enjoy the festival with music, entertainment, and wide selection of Indian culinary delights, shopping, children's activity, and others. So, thank you very much.
Good morning, Vice Chair and member committee. My name is Sharifa Wahab, SHARIFA WAHAB. I'm here on behalf of the Muslim community and Afghan community. And I'm here to support Bill AB 82. And I would like to thank Assembly Ruben De Silva and Ms. Nadine. Thank you so much for your hard work, and I hope this bill passes. Thank you again for your time.
Good morning, everyone, and Jai Shri Krishna. My name is Brijesh Rawal, BRIJESH. Last name Rawal, RAVAL. I am working at Hindu and Jain Temple of Las Vegas as a priest. Diwali, one of the most celebrated festival worldwide, hold profound culture, religious and spiritual importance, especially for over 1.5 billion Hindus. Followers of Jainism, Sikhism and Buddhism also celebrate it. Known as a festival of lights, Diwali represents the victory of light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, and good over evil. The festival is a joyous and profound spiritual celebration that unites people in families, communities, and even nations. I support this bill and I request everyone, please pass this bill. Thank you so much.
Dear honorable members of the committee, my name is Shiva Goswami and I thank you for this opportunity to speak in favor of Bill AB 82. On behalf of Nevada's growing Indian community, I would like to attest to the importance and cultural significance of inaugurating Diwali as an official day of observance. Diwali, also known as the Festival of Lights, is considered one of the most significant and iconic religious celebrations observed by millions of Indian Americans. Many states, including New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Texas, are just a few of the growing number of states beginning to recognize this celebration as an official day of observance, giving Indian Americans their long overdue representation. Indian Americans have long been contributing to Nevada's rich cultural and economic diversity. A 2019 article by Nevada Business has estimated that around 21,000 Asian American-owned businesses in Nevada, a large contributor to that number being Indian Americans. This number has in all likelihood grown since then. Culturally, Nevada is home to several Indian American culture groups, such as the Gujarati Samaj and Friends of India, hosting celebrations attended by hundreds. We, as both a state and country, pride ourselves on our historic melting pot of culture and diversity, and recognizing Diwali as an official day of observance aligns with the core values and ideals of both our country and state. Celebrating Diwali officially aligns with the values of community, family, and social harmony. By marking Diwali as an official day of observance, we are giving Nevada's largely growing Indian population their due representation, as well as recognizing its significance and values and rejoicing unity and goodwill. This initiative to pass Diwali as an official day of observance will underscore Nevada's commitment to inclusivity and diversity. Passing Bill AB 82 will not only represent and empower members of the Indian American community, but also serve as a reminder that our state's diversity is a source of pride and enrichment. On behalf of the younger generation of Indian Americans, I implore this bill be passed.
Thank you very much for the testimony, and I see that there is a number of people in Las Vegas that want to testify, and in the interest of time, if you would like to say your name and if your comments are the same, please say ditto so we can get everybody's name on the record. We would appreciate that. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Arun Gupta, ARUNGUPTA. I'm an attorney in Las Vegas. I'm supporting Diwali festival here. It's like Christmas for us Hindus. And every year we participate in a lot of celebrations. I have been associated with the Friends of India and Hindu Temple in the past. So we really request all the assembly members to support this bill. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair Considine and Vice Chair Nguyen and members of the Government Affairs Committee. My name is Divya Narala, Divya-Narala. I'm here on behalf of Assembly Bill 82. First and foremost, I want to thank the sponsors, Ruben De Silva and Assemblymember Hanadi Nadeem, for bringing this forward. Much like what everybody else said, just want to state this proposed legislation just builds on Nevada's legacy of celebrating communities who are proud to call Nevada home, and just continues to honor the South Asian community and the broader AA and HPI community as we continue to have a broader representation here in Nevada. As a proud Nevadan and South Asian, we urge the members of this committee to advance AB 82. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, everyone. Jai Shri Krishna. My name is Emily Shaw, and I'm a first-generation Indian American, and I support AB 82. I'm an actress and entrepreneur, and I grew up in a multicultural household with my mother being Christian and my father being Hindu. I grew up in the state of New Jersey, which recognized Diwali as an official holiday. Recognizing Diwali in Nevada is more than just a symbolic gesture. It's about making people feel seen, valued, and included. I'm proud to say I grew up in a state who recognized me, and as I lay my roots here in the beautiful state of Nevada, I would like to see my future children say the same. Representation matters, and this bill is an opportunity to take a meaningful step towards inclusivity in Nevada. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, honorable members of the committee. My name is Deep Goswami. I'm Chief Deputy City Attorney with the City Attorney's Office in North Las Vegas. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you. My daughter had an opportunity to testify before all of you today, and I think that speaks volumes to me. Growing up in a small West Texas town, I didn't have this kind of opportunity, and to see her be able to do it is wonderful. I'm in support of the bill. Thank you all very much.
Namaste everyone. My name is Vivek Deshpande. I am representing Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh. I am proud to support this bill, which bringing the interfaith community together to recognize our faith, culture, and community. This bring is acknowledging Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Whole world is our family. So as a part of Diwali, we also celebrate the Seva Diwali, which is service to divinity. Service to society is the service to divinity. And it is getting celebrated across like 38 states. Thank you so much. I am supporting this bill.
Good morning, Chair and the committee members. My name is Radhika Kanal, and I'm speaking for the record in my capacity as a proud member of South Asian Women's Alliance of Nevada. I would like to extend my gratitude to our sponsors and echo the statements previously made in support of this initiative. I want to especially make a special emphasis on the importance of the education component. As we know, education is power. Thank you. Thank you for supporting this bill.
Thank you. We need to switch to the phones to get support from the phones, and then we will come back to Las Vegas. Thank you. AVH, if you can open the phone lines for testimony and support.
To testify in support of AB 82, please press star 9 or raise hand on your Zoom window to take your place in the queue.
Hi, this is Anurag Mehta from Las Vegas. I'm a physician by profession, and I thank the Assembly for hearing us, as well as Assemblyman Lubin and Nadine for requesting this bill. In addition to what everybody else has said, I would also like to note that there is economic benefits to our society when we observe these cultural events. These attract visitors, boosting local businesses and tourism. So I want to support this bill, as well as request the Assembly to support this bill and pass the bill. Thank you so much.
Caller with the last three digits 785, you are unmuted. Please go ahead. Caller with the last three digits.
Dr. Rebecca Edgeworth. Good morning, Assembly members. My name is Dr. Fan Nguyen, a practicing Vegas dentist for 23 years. My family and I, as well as Assembly member Dr. Rebecca Edgeworth, have been active members of the Tzu Chi Buddhist Foundation since 2016. We provide free medical, dental, and vision care to low-income and underserved community of Las Vegas. Our core value of compassion and humility is taught through the teaching of the Buddha and motivates us to help the less fortunate in our community. Having Buddha Day will be recognized by the state of Nevada, and passage of AB 82 will spread the teaching of compassion and peace to all Nevadans.
Caller with the last three digits 619, you are unmuted on our end. Can you please make sure that you are unmuted on your end? Again, caller with the last three digits 619, you are unmuted. Please go ahead. I will be moving on to the next caller. Caller with the last three digits 518, you are unmuted on our end. Please make sure that you are unmuted on your end.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. This day is an Arabic language that means peace be out to you. As it is said with our pictures and topics of the pictures, peace be with you.
Caller with the last three digits 389, you are unmuted on our end. Please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Soraya Ghani, and I just wanted to say I'm so grateful to all of you all for having this meeting today. And I am in support of this bill, and this would be a dream come true for all of us here in Nevada. Thank you so much.
Caller, please unmute on your lower left-hand corner of your computer screen. It will be the audio. Please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Zan Raja, Zainraja. I'm just calling in to call my support for Bill AB 82, so basically ditto. That's all. Thank you very much.
Caller with the last three digits 647, please press *6 to unmute.
Hello, my name is Carmen Isa, and I vote yes for AB 82. Thank you.
Caller with the last three digits 552, you are unmuted on our end. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Huda Haji, Houdahajji, and I am testifying on behalf of my family, which consists 3 people, including myself. Thank you, Assembly Member De Silva, for bringing this bill forward as a Muslim woman and a mother to a Muslim student in Clark County. I support this bill for our community of South Asian and Muslim holidays to be observed and to ensure students to do not have to miss their traditional religious holidays and celebrations due to a lack of understanding of the diversity in Nevada. This is a great example to show that Nevada is growing and changing. Again, thank you to Assembly Member De Silva and the Chair for this bill. Thank you, Assembly Nadine, as well.
Caller, please unmute by selecting the audio microphone on your lower left-hand corner. Again, caller, please unmute by selecting the microphone on your lower left-hand corner of your screen. Caller with the last three digits 050. You are unmuted on our end. Please go ahead.
Hi, this is Sadia from Las Vegas. I'm here to testify the bill AB 82. I really support that and vote yes for the Eid al-Fitr and all other South Asian holidays to be observed officially by the state of Nevada. Thank you.
Chair, we have no additional callers in support at this time.
Thank you, and we will move back to Las Vegas for those in support. Again, if your support statement is the same as someone who's already stated, please feel free to say ditto. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mindy Nguyen Grover. I am representing Udam Temple, a Vietnamese Buddhist temple here in Las Vegas. Together with me today is Master Abbot Huệ Thảo, Abbot Hương Giải, and few of the members of few Buddhist temple here in Las Vegas. We are here to support Bill AB 82. Buddhist is our main religion. Buddha has been around for over 2,500 years. Buddha brings peace, love, compassion, and wisdom to everyone and bring everyone together. We humbly ask you to pass this bill, AB 82. Thank you so much for your support and pass of this bill, and may you and your family be blessed. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Angeline Tabalba. Ditto to the supportive testimony given today, and I urge you to support AB 82.
Hello, my name is Kanabek Aliyev. I represent Muslim community, Central Asian diaspora, and I support this bill. I support AB 82.
Good morning, Hare Krishna. My name is Jyoti Joshi. I'm here to support AB 82. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Mohan Achanta. I'm the president of Hindu and Jain Temple of Las Vegas and also president of two South Indian states, this Telugu Association. I support this bill on behalf of all my people. Thank you.
I'm Ashok Goyal, and on behalf of the All Indian community in Las Vegas, I request all the members to please pass the AB 82. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Doug Roberts here in Las Vegas. I just wanted to show up today to show support for this bill. I'll ditto everything everyone else said. Thank you.
Good morning, Council. I'm Ajit Joshi, and I'm here in support of Bill AB 82. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pratik Dudia. I'm here as the Vice President of Hindu and Jain Temple, Las Vegas, and Vice President of Friends of India. I am here to support Bill AB 82. Thank you, Assemblyman Ruben De Silva.
I just wanted to share, Madam Chair and Assemblywoman, last year in Las Vegas Metro Police Headquarters, this was the first time that we had the lighting of the menorah. To be part of that event, it was amazing. It was beautiful. As we all seek light in our life and more light and further light in our own personal life to make ourselves a better human being, this bill is part of that. We need more light in our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Before you step up, can you please state and spell your name for the record? Thank you.
Oh, forgive me, Rokai Yusufzai.
My name is Ngọc Chau, a representative for the Society for Wang Buddhism in Las Vegas since 2015. I support for the bill AB 82. Thank you.
Madam Chair, we do not have anyone else speaking here in Las Vegas. And again, my name is Rokai Yusufzai. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and thank you for the support in Carson City and in Las Vegas and over the phone. And now we will move to AVH. Just want to switch back on the phones. Is there anyone on the phones in support that we didn't get to?
If you would like to testify in support of AB 82, please press star 9 to take your place in the queue. Caller, you can unmute by selecting the audio on your lower left-hand corner. I see that you are unmuted. Please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Nicholas Klein. I am a born and bred Las Vegan. I would like to thank you all for hearing us today. I am in support of this bill. I did grow up wanting to practice my religion. My parents did not. They were atheists, essentially, and fortunately for me, I was a Christian, so I never had to miss school or choose between going to school and practicing my religious practices. But I don't want other children or other faiths or cultures of our society to have to make that decision. And I recognize as an attorney that this law doesn't even provide a recognized holiday or day off, just a day of observance. I would encourage this legislature soon after to recognize these as legal holidays and support measures doing so. Assemblyman DeLong, to address your question, this legislation was created by motivated community members who sought to have their deeply held religious beliefs recognized. For our Jewish friends, if they feel they're not represented in this regard, this may require more in-depth conversations with members of the Jewish groups in our community. And I would certainly encourage you to please reach out and initiate legislation to that effect. Thank you.
My name is Amina Keen. I am part of the reverse class and teacher at Ibrahim. I would like to say, Assalamu alaikum. This is a saying in Arabic greeting that means peace be unto you. As it is said as with our Christian brothers and sisters and our Catholic brothers and sisters, peace be with you. What a blessing it would be to have this bill passed so we can share and stand in unity in all our faiths and all of our journeys with Allah. This saying is also Arabic words meaning God. On this special day, vote yes. Thank you.
Caller, you are unmuted. Please go ahead. Caller with the last three digits, 619. Please make sure that your phone is unmuted.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Brandy Simper. I'm Christian here and lived in Las Vegas for almost 25 years. I'd like to express my support for this bill so that all of my friends of all faiths may have their ability to ask for a day off and from both work and school. Thank you.
Caller with the last three digits, 145. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Hi, this is Manjari Deshpande, and I'm a software engineer in the Clark County area. I support the bill as the number of Asian Americans and even the Asians who live in this area have been steadily increasing. We would really appreciate that if there's an official recognition of Diwali, sending a clear message of inclusion and tolerance, which is like our core values, where we can appreciate each other's cultures and learn from it as a community. So I support the bill. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Noura Ali, and I'm a nurse here in Las Vegas. I'm also Muslim, and I would like to everyone to support this bill. I support it. I think that as a nurse, like I see, how many medical professionals from different cultures and religions we have in Las Vegas, and I also know that we kind of have a little bit of a crisis when it comes to our medical situation here in Las Vegas. We don't have enough doctors and medical professionals. So I think that supporting this bill would encourage more professionals to come and live and make Las Vegas, and Nevada their home, and for them to feel like their children can grow up in a community that has understanding and also like just knowledge, just information about other religions and cultures. I personally would like a reminder every year to learn about the different cultural celebrations. Like I don't know too much about them, and only my own, which is very sad actually. So I think that this would be a wonderful bill to pass. Thank you.
Caller, please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Hi, this is Sadia. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I'm appearing for the second time. I'm just here to support the holiday of Eid al-Fitr and all other South Asian holidays to be observed officially and to be respectful of every religion here in Nevada. That's all. Thank you.
Caller with the last three digits 274, please press *6 to unmute yourself. You are unmuted on our end. Please make sure that you are unmuted on your end.
Hi, this is Astra. I am calling to vote yes. Thank you.
Hello. Hi. This is Mohammed Faraz Akbar from Islamic Information Center, Mazin Noor in Las Vegas. I'm here to support this bill. Often community members reach out to us for letter from masjid stating why they'll need to celebrate this holiday. They need to produce this letter at work or school. So I'm really supporting this bill and want to thank you, Councilmember Nadeem and Councilmember De Silva, and all who came to support this bill. Thank you.
Chair, we have no additional callers in support at this time.
Thank you. We will now move on to hear testimony in opposition. We will start in Carson City. Is there anyone in Carson City wishing to testify in opposition to AB 52? Seeing no one approach. Las Vegas, is there anyone in opposition to Bill AB 82? I see.
Madam Chair, this is Rokai Yusufzai. I see no one.
Thank you. And we'll move to AVH. AVH, is there anyone on the phone in opposition of AB 82?
To testify in opposition of AB 82, please press *9 to take your place in the queue or raise hand on your lower Zoom window. Chair, we have no callers. Oh, I apologize. One caller for opposition. One moment. Caller with the last three digits 400, please press *6 to unmute yourself. Caller, you are unmuted. Please go ahead.
Hi, I would like to vote I don't know how this works, but I would like to vote on the hearing on AB 82 to recognize the holidays, Diwali, Eid al-Fitr, Vaisakhi, as official observance for the state of Nevada.
I'm sorry, ma'am, if you would please state and spell your name for the record.
Oh, Amna Chaudhry.
And will you please spell your name?
Okay. A for Alpha, M for Mary, N for Nancy, A for Alpha. That's Amna. Last name, C for Charlie, H for Harry, A for Alpha, U for Umbrella, D for David, H for Harry, R for Romeo, Y for Yellow. Chaudhry.
Thank you very much. And was this testimony in support or opposition?
Yes, I would like to support these holidays. No, I would like to support these days to be recognized.
Okay, thank you. We will move this testimony to support.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Chair, we have no additional callers for opposition at this time.
Thank you. We will now move to hear testimony in neutral. Do we have anyone here in Carson City who would like to testify in neutral on AB 82? Seeing no one, anyone in Las Vegas wishing to testify in neutral?
Madam Chair, Roka Yousafzai, crickets over here. Thank you.
Thank you. And AVH, is there anyone on the line to testify in neutral on AB 82?
If you would like to testify in neutral for AB 82, please press *9 to take your place in the queue or raise hand on your lower Zoom window. Chair, we have no callers for neutral at this time.
Thank you. And at this time, if the sponsor would like to make any brief remarks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For record, my name is Hanadi Nadeem, Hanadi Nadeem. I want to tell everyone that this bill, AB 82, it brings community together. Bringing communities together fosters connection, understanding, and support. It cultivates a sense of belonging, encourages collaboration, and inspires diversity. United community members can share resources, collaborate achievements, and tackle challenges collectively. It promotes empathy and strengthens relationships, creating a safer, more vibrant environment. Ultimately, community bonds enhance well-being, create lasting friendships, and empower individuals to make a positive impact. The beauty lies in shared experiences, mutual respect, and the joy of coming together for a common purpose. Thank you so much.
Ruben De Silva for the record. Thank you for the hearing, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I will now close the hearing on AB 82. Thank you. I will also now open the hearing on Assembly Bill 50, which revises provisions relating to victims of a mass casualty incident. To present this measure, we have Ashley Garza Kennedy, Principal Management Analyst, Government Affairs, Clark County. And please go ahead when you are ready. Thank you.
Hi, Chair Considine and members of the committee. Good morning. My name is Ashley Kennedy, representing Clark County, and joining me today is Clark County's Fire Chief, Billy Samuels, and Misty Richardson from our Office of Emergency Management. We appreciate the opportunity this morning to talk to you about Assembly Bill 50. Before we go through the bill itself, we just kind of want to outline why we got here. In August 2018, nearly a year after the 1 October tragedy that took the lives of 58 people and injured 850 more at the Route 91 Festival, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, Clark County Fire, and Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department conducted an after-action report to outline what worked and where we can use some improvement. And one of the pressing items that emerged from that report was victim information management, specifically knowing who was deceased, who was injured, who was missing, and which hospitals victims had been transported to. With this critical issue in mind, our Office of Emergency Management collaborated with various public safety agencies to find an integrated, unified system that could assist in the identification and reunification of victims during a mass casualty incident. However, we found that no existing system met our needs. So after 5 years of working on it, Clark County, through a partnership between emergency management and IT, created our own system called the Impacted Persons Database. The purpose of AB 50 is to modernize what is currently a manual and fragmented process by using technology to ensure all responders, whether on scene, at hospitals, and emergency centers, or assisting families, are operating with the same real-time information. During a large-scale emergency, multiple response efforts are happening simultaneously. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Chief Samuels and Ms. Richardson. They are the true heroes that do this work, and they will share their experiences and the real-world challenges that we aim to solve with this bill.
Good morning, Chair and Committee. I am Billy Samuels, Fire Chief for Clark County, and also the Emergency Manager for Clark County, hopefully for not too much longer. I want a quick experience. After the 1 October shooting, we did have the Family Assistance Center. We stood up. It was an amazing opportunity to be a part of. I ran the operations section. During that part, we had to work on the reunification and the notifications to the families that were affected. I want you to put yourself on my end when people were calling us either from New York or Korea or even Northern Nevada and asking where their loved ones were. And it's horrible to say, I don't know. And that's really unacceptable. So after that event, we did buy an off-the-shelf product to help with that patient tracking. It failed. It was not able to meet our needs in our community. Since then, me and my assistant emergency manager were talking one day and why don't we just build our own? So we called up Clark County IT, and in collaboration with, this wasn't built in a silo. This was with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Missing Persons, the Clark County Office of the Coroner, Clark County IT, the Southern Nevada Health District, and all of our local hospitals. They all had input into making this database come to fruition. So again, I don't want this to happen again and someone call me and say, where is my loved one? Please put yourself on that side and feel how horrible that is when they have no answers. Most of the people were able to answer their phones if they had them. But if you were at the Family Assistance Center, you would have saw 2,000 cell phones sitting out there. And there's no cloak and dagger that the FBI has to say who belongs to what. They have to turn them on and hope somebody calls them. We can't do that again. We need to make sure we meet the needs of the community, the country, and our world, so we can meet the needs of those people affected if and when this will happen again. Thank you.
Good morning, Misty Richardson, Assistant Emergency Manager for Clark County. Thank you for the opportunity this morning to come before you and your consideration of AB 50. This bill is the culmination and work of extensive time and energy and collaboration multi-jurisdictionally across the public and private sector partners that we have. A little bit about my role with 1 October. I initially reported to the Multi-Agency Coordination Center, serving as the Deputy MAC Manager. Within 4 hours, I was transitioning to become a FAC Manager and was charged with standing up the Family Assistance Center. I was at the convention center at 8 o'clock in the morning and families started arriving. We weren't yet open. We didn't have services yet in place, but we were beginning to receive families that had found out that they had loved ones that may have been a victim and possibly deceased. So I was there by myself with convention service staff trying to get things in place. Amongst these 12 families that I initially had, one stands out in particular that had a little girl. She was elementary aged and she was covered in blood. And her family and her did not know where her mother was. She was at the event and they lost where her mom was in the chaos of fleeing. She was at the Family Assistance Center for nearly 16 hours before we were able to confirm the whereabouts of where her mother was. And the families that were waiting in there to be called in one by one, excruciatingly, waiting. It was unimaginable, the agony that they were going through as the helpers, the responders, the public safety officials were trying to sort out where all of these people were. In our state and in our community, we have 4 medical systems. They all operate on different internal systems for their record keeping. They have their internal practices. It was a Sunday when this initially happened. There was a lot of misunderstandings of how HIPAA applied or didn't apply. So to err on the side of caution, people were very conservative with the information they were sharing, which was delaying the reunification of these families beyond any level of comprehension that you could imagine. As I said, the helpers that were there at that Family Assistance Center were paralyzed in being able to share information because there was no coordination of this. We were reduced to pen and paper at intake because we didn't have a system in place, because the system simply didn't exist for what we were encountering that day. Post 1 October, the after action was mentioned. This was a whole community after action led by FEMA and law enforcement and EMS through the fire department. But emergency management also conducted a whole community after action. And in that after action, one of the things that was notable was our outstanding best practice for standing up the Resiliency Center so quickly to be able to transition from that Family Assistance Center into the Resiliency Center. However, one of the things that was most outstanding was the fact that we weren't capturing everyone that was impacted immediately. So not only were we in the moment not able to track these families and reunify them quickly, we were also missing people that were otherwise impacted that didn't get captured. So that was something that we knew had to be worked on. Shortly after the incident, we had federal authorities come out from DC to speak to us and clear up any understandings about HIPAA and what was allowed and what wasn't. We found that that was actually not a barrier for information sharing. And as was said previous, we spent a good 5 years looking for a software program that could assist with this. Everything that we found was proprietary and was not nimble enough to meet the needs that we knew existed. So we started with the end in mind, the long-term recovery of these individuals and how they would be able to receive services. We began building the system about 6 months prior to the first Formula One, and we were able to align some of the NFL's practices that they used with communicating for those that are ticketed at their events. We built this, and we were invited to come to the National Homeland Security Conference, where we were in a track that was stating that this was a best practice. And our multi-jurisdictional partners have been in alignment from the get-go in building this out. This system, I think it's important for everyone to understand that it is permission-based. The securities have been put in place so that we were able to encapsulate that front-end piece where victims are reunified through law enforcement in the coroner's office, and then should they choose to opt in for long-term recovery services, they have up to 2 years during that period of time to be entered into the system voluntarily so that they can receive those ongoing services through the Resiliency and Justice Center. The system that we built is HIPAA and HL7 compliant. It provides real-time information sharing for policy decisions to be made. Our foreign nationals that we also encountered during this incident, we have the ability to provide that information real time to the consulates so that they can begin providing those services. This is vitally important for the fact that we are an international tourist destination, and we need to be able to provide those services immediately to those visitors so that we can get them reunited with those that can help best. In closing, this has been 7 years in the making. We have engaged with our partners from around the state and have been recognized by federal authorities and industry leaders as a first-of-its-kind system that will profoundly improve trauma-informed victim services. As a public safety community, we would appreciate your support in AB 50, and thank you again for your consideration of this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley Kennedy, for the record. And then to also just share a story that I just heard about just recently in preparation for this bill. I think Ms. Richardson and Mr. Samuels outlined kind of what it looked like on their end, but also from our coroner's office, right, where you had families lining up wanting to know if their family was there. And then from a hospital administrator I spoke to recently, this is a very much manual process. She pulled a report of all their Jane Does and John Does that day. Families, they didn't know where to do with them. They put everybody in the cafeteria as they try to gather who was there. And they had literal pictures of family members that they were going to each patient's room to try to identify who they were. One victim in particular who had injuries to her face was only able to be identified because of a picture of a tattoo that she had. She was reunited with her family, and ultimately she did survive the incident. But it was a manual process, and this database that this team has worked tirelessly on is about using technology to make this more seamless. So now I'll walk through the bill. We do have a conceptual amendment that we filed with the committee, so I'm going to walk through both of them together. So starting with Section 1 of the bill and of our proposed amendment, it includes several key provisions that include how the database should be established and maintained. First, counties may create the electronic database to track victims during a mass casualty incident. Additionally, the conceptual amendment includes various security measures, as Ms. Richardson already outlined. We have redefined what follow-up services mean. Just to make the distinction very clear, the database is used for the purposes of reunification and identification. However, victims are also eligible for various other assistance. So the system is also going to be, on the front end, we're identifying victims, and then after victims have been identified and reunited with their families, that they have an ability to stay, they opt into our system so they can continue to receive the victim services provided by the Resiliency and Justice Center. So we have redefined what those long-term support services mean to include anything like financial aid, medical and psychological support, and again, this would be an opt-in process. Additionally, the system must comply with HIPAA and other privacy laws. The information collected in the database must be deleted after all victims have been identified and reunified, unless a victim authorizes again to receive the long-term support services and has opted in. Counties and their employees are immune from civil liability unless misconduct, gross negligence, or bad faith is proven. Lastly, we have revised the definition of a mass casualty incident to mean an event causing at least 3 casualties that overwhelms local emergency response resources and requires a surge response. This is in line with some other federal definitions as well. Section 2 of the bill ensures the system is confidential and not subject to public record. Looking at Section 3 of the bill and our proposed amendment, we have been in many conversations with our local hospital partners and have taken a lot of their suggestions. And so if a hospital or emergency medical center receives a victim of a mass casualty incident, they must report the patient in the database as soon as possible, but not to exceed 24 hours after the patient has arrived. The information to report includes minimally necessary information, such as the victim's name and their date of birth, if known, and any identifying physical characteristics. Again, for people where we don't know who they are, again, somebody could be identified by a tattoo that they may have. Reporting must follow HIPAA regulations to ensure compliance with privacy laws. And then before discharge, a hospital shall request authorization of a victim to receive the long-term support services provided by the statewide Victim Assistance Center. Hospital and emergency medical centers and their employees are immune from any civil liability if they report the information in good faith, and are also protected from liability in cases of any unauthorized breaches of the system that occur after any reports are submitted. Hospitals do not have to report victim information if the incident occurred in another jurisdiction and the local county is not managing reunification efforts. For example, if there is an incident that happens near, for example, a state border, maybe Utah, if patients are transported to, if patients from Utah are transported to, let's just say, a Las Vegas hospital, whoever jurisdictions is responsible for the database, that that we want to make sure that that's clear. Sections 4, 5, and 6 of the bill are conforming changes, and then Section 7 through 9 of the bill are proposed to be deleted with our conceptual amendment. This will remove any penalties to the hospital for not reporting into the system. So we try to go through this quick, but that concludes our presentation. We're happy to take your questions, and I just wanted to note members of the Resiliency and Justice Center that are sitting here with us today. They are our statewide center for assistance to victims and are here to answer some other technical questions too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, and thank you for standing up this database and for all the work that you all do. We do have some questions. Our first question is from Assemblymember DeLong.
Thank you, Chair. Appreciate the presentation. It sounds like you actually had a very good after-action report and follow-through on developing a system, which sounds very comprehensive. And with that, so you were able to do that without a statute. So I'm trying to understand why this statute's need. You didn't actually say we need this statute because of some inability to do something. So if you could elaborate on that, I appreciate it.
Ashley Kennedy from Clark County. The bill, the main objective of the bill is that the hospitals are required to report into the system. That is the missing piece.
Thank you. Our next question is from Assemblymember Karras.
Thank you, Chair, and thank all of you for creating such an amazing system that didn't exist before. I just want to be clear that I understand this bill the way you're intending it. Hopefully we never have another mass casualty incident, but in the times we live in, we may. So this database, you're going to gather as much data as you can, and the injured people, as you get them identified, will then be able to give consent if they want to be part of the database or not, okay? And then the part I really want to make sure is that, so say they leave the hospital or the clinic, wherever they were at, and usually at a time of such duress, you just want to put it behind you. But they have the opportunity to enter back into the database up to 2 years, was it?
Ashley Kennedy for the record. So to answer the first half of your question, so at the start of an incident, we are only collecting in the database minimally necessary information. That is in compliance with federal HIPAA standards, that we are able to collect patient information for the purposes of reunification and identification. So minimally necessary, your name, your date of birth if we know it, and any identifying physical characteristics. Now, once the incident is over and we have identified the victims, reunited folks with their families, at that point, the information in the system would be deleted. Now, what would stay in the system is if somebody had agreed to receive the long-term support services where they'll be connected with case management services. That is going to be the opt-in part. Now, what you said about the 2 years, so for a victim of violence, usually for it to be eligible for specific victims of crime, you have to report that you have to make a report within 2 years of the incident. Now, for right now, we're talking about a mass casualty incident. That could be an act of violence that happened on 1 October. It also could be a natural disaster like a hurricane or a fire that this team has also worked with in what happened in California recently. And so in that event, I kind of glossed over it in the amendment, so I apologize, but we'll also put a piece in there that the hospitals will need to create some type of identifier in the patient's record that they were part of that incident. Because one of the, when you are a victim of crime, you usually have a police report. For a mass casualty incident, it's very hard to prove that you were actually part of that incident. So the hospitals, however they want to do this in their systems, and an identifier that in the event that the patient did not consent to be part of the database moving forward, that they have an identifier that they can prove that yes, they were a victim of this mass casualty incident and are eligible to receive different services. So I hope that clears up. Yeah. And then I'll turn it over to Ms. Richardson as well.
Misty Richardson for the record, and I think that this is a piece that may not have been as clear. When we do have a mass casualty incident like that and patients are being brought in, it's actually within the system already that they have a checkbox, and it's part of their internal processes that already exist. So this is not something that would be different for them from their standard operating procedures that are already in place.
Thank you for clarifying all of that. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Our next question is from Assembly Member Flanagan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good morning, Clark County. I like the idea of the program. What I want to ask or point out or have you point out, this speaks to mass casualties for 1 October. But we know that we've also had the UNLV shooting, and as Clark County in the largest jurisdiction, you respond to a lot of stuff. So 1 October, UNLV, the avalanche on Mount Charleston, preparation for F1 and Super Bowl. So this system allows you to track incidents separately long-term and then overlap your planning on not just responding to mass casualty situations, but maybe mass preparation and prevention, because we are such a tourist destination and such a high target for, let's just be honest, tourist attack. So can you speak to how its long-term use works and its separation of incidents, and then how people are grouped into that for tracking or response purposes?
Yes, thank you, Misty Richardson, for the record. Thank you for that question, Assembly Member. What I can say is that this system was built, as I said, with the end in mind, being that we want to be the most trauma-informed community as far as dealing with those that have been impacted by incidents that are unfortunate, either that be a natural disaster, as you stated, or an incident of a man-made disaster or a mass casualty incident. So for the purposes of AB 50, we're discussing the front end of the system, which is specifically for that reunification and that just-in-time dashboard so that we can have a really good representation of where all of our patients are and being able to get the coroner's office and law enforcement to connect very quickly with those family members and to expedite that process. So for the purposes of the bill, that is why we have that piece. There is a veil of separation of information, though, and I think that it's important to understand that this database has much more capacity. It is the day in and day out case management system for the long-term recovery of those that are impacted by either natural disaster or through a mass casualty or a victimization of some sort. The Resiliency and Justice Center is the day-to-day user of that long-term recovery side so that they can assist those that have been impacted from those other incidents that you mentioned. They may reach out through outreach efforts through the Resiliency and Justice Center or through law enforcement partners that have had interface with victims that may need more substantial services long-term beyond that most immediate acute time that law enforcement is providing their handouts, their pamphlets. So any number of ways people can come into contact with Resiliency and Justice Center to receive those long-term community recovery services that are already in place. So what we have taken is all of these bifurcated systems that victim service providers are already doing, and we have built a system that once it becomes enculturated within the victim service community, they'll be able to have a warm handoff from case provider to the next. So that initial law enforcement victim advocate then may transition over to the DA's office, victim advocates, and they can clearly see the services that have been provided. Now, this is all of the services that people are able to access because they have voluntarily reached out or they have been recommended through a victim advocate at some point.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Assemblywoman, can I please follow up on that, please? Billy Samuels, I thought Misty was going to touch on this. You mentioned the UNLV shooting on December 6th a couple years ago. We were able to reunify 542 people in less than 6 hours. I did stand up the Multi-Agency Coordination Center. By the time I got to the Convention Center, everyone was already gone and reunited. It was because of that database. The victims were able to put their names in. The loved ones could put that name in on who they're looking for. And brought them together. So again, it's either a pre-planned event like country concerts or Formula One or New Year's Eve, or those incidents that occur that are spontaneous. So it's a multi-purpose that we were able to reunify. It was amazing. People need timely information, but it's got to be accurate, and this database helped us with that.
Thank you very much, Chief Samuels, and also thank you for adding in New Year's, because I actually did mention that in for what happens in Southern Nevada region and the 250,000 people who congregate and what we deal with, or what is dealt with. Thank you for mentioning that, and for the clarification on the overlap of how the system works across the different events and types of occurrences. Appreciate it.
Any other questions from the committee? Seeing none, thank you so much for your presentation. We will now move on to testimony. Again, testimony can be provided in person in Carson City, via video conference in Las Vegas, or over the phone. Further instructions for providing testimony can be found on the agenda. Each person will have 2 minutes to provide testimony. Please state and spell your name, and we will first hear testimony in support of AB 50 in Carson City. Go ahead when you're ready.
Good morning, Chair Considine, members of the Government Affairs Committee. My name is Chris Reese. It's R-I-E-S. I represent the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Just in sake of brevity, we support this very important piece of legislation, AB 50. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Misty Robinson. I am the Public Health Preparedness Supervisor with the Southern Nevada Health District. SNHD serves as an emergency responder under the Clark County Multi-Agency Coordination Center. In that role, SNHD is tasked with locating patients within healthcare facilities who are victims of a mass casualty incident to assist in the reunification process with family members. During the response to the 1 October shooting, this process took weeks in some cases. Having a database where healthcare facilities can easily upload minimal necessary patient information will assist us in that effort and will aid patients and their families begin the recovery process as soon as possible. So we thank you for your time and hope that you move this bill forward.
Good morning, Madam Chair Considine and other members of the committee. My name is Tanil Pereira, T-E-N-N-I-L-L-E-P-E-R-E-I-R-A. I am the director of the Resiliency and Justice Center, formerly named the Vegas Strong Resiliency Center. I have been working there since 1 October happened, and so I've kind of seen this whole process evolve, had the opportunity to work with Clark County in the development and in particular in the case management side of the system. We have developed the system to be trauma-informed. That is the most important piece from my perspective in working with the victims, families and survivors of a number of mass incidents since 1 October. When you speak with the families of the 58 and you ask them about their story, or they start to tell their story, what they start with is the hours after the shooting. They talk about the grueling hours of waiting, sitting in a room, watching other family members come out, some family members collapsing in horror of what the news they just received. You know, you heard about the little girl sitting there in her mother's blood, waiting to hear if they found her mom alive. Her dad knowing she wasn't going to be alive. And they sat there for hours, some of them well beyond 24 hours, waiting for that news. That is not trauma-informed. While we can't prevent every act of awful violence like this, we are in control of how we handle it after it happens. And so I'm asking that you support this because this is a trauma-informed system. It allows us to connect with individuals for long-term services. Healing takes years. It's not linear, it's up and down. And this allows us to capture that immediately for people that want help. I still hear on a weekly basis from individuals that have not reached out yet because they were never connected. There was no database to capture that. And then this also allows them to tell their story once. We should not be asking survivors to tell their story. If they want to tell their story, we're here to listen, but they should not have to tell it over and over. And this system allows for that. So please support it. Thank you.
Thank you. And please keep comments to 2 minutes when possible.
Good morning, Chair Considine, members of the committee. For the record, David Cherry, D-A-V-I-D-C-H-E-R-R-Y, Government Affairs Manager for the City of Henderson. For those of us who witnessed the aftermath of the 1 October tragedy, we remember the frantic efforts to assist the victims and reunite those who were at the event site with their families, friends, and loved ones, many of whom were visiting Southern Nevada from other communities, and also the efforts to continue offering them long-term support services. We thank Clark County for bringing AB 50 and support the bill and the proposed amendment before you. AB 50 would provide an important mechanism for sharing information about victims of mass casualty and natural disaster events, and will support vital response and recovery efforts, including reunification, identification, and other follow-up services. AB 50 also addresses concerns with HIPAA and the need for immunity. The bill's mechanism is urgently needed and would ensure our region is prepared for all future scenarios, whether man-made or natural disasters. So we urge your support. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Committee Chair Considine and other members of the committee. My name is Tyler Winkler, Tylerwinkler. I am the supervising attorney at the Resiliency and Justice Center. Every day I'm proud to work with our multidisciplinary team to help folks impacted by trauma overcome barriers to long-term recovery. This bill will do a lot of work to ensure that they get that support and clear up uncertainty from the chaos of a mass casualty incident. Thank you very much for considering this bill.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Taylor Allison, last name A-L-L-I-S-O-N. I am the Lyon County Emergency Management and Government Affairs Director. I'd like to commend the bill sponsors for bringing this forward and being industry leaders in this space. As an emergency manager, my career, unfortunately, have had to respond to a number of mass casualty incidents where the use of this system would have been incredibly beneficial, including during the 2011 Reno Aries crash. Emergency managers such as myself in rural counties, we rely on pen and paper methods, or as we call it, the Sharpie method, which causes significant delays and impacts to our families. And so I, again, thank the sponsors and encourage your support of AB 50.
Good morning, Madam Chair. For the record, Ryan Beeman, representing the Professional Firefighters of Nevada. Last name is Beeman, B-E-A-M-A-N. Just want to first say thank you to Clark County for using one of their bill drafts for this important piece of legislation, and the leadership of our fire chief of Clark County, also our previous fire chief, who's now Senator Steinbeck. We do travel throughout the country, and as firefighters, and we are the leading industry in a lot of these innovative ideas. They're always reaching out to us and saying, hey, how do you do this? But it's the good leadership that we have from top of these fire departments throughout the state of Nevada that we come up with these ideas, so we support the bill. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lorea Arostegui, L-O-R-E-A-A-R-O-S-T-E-G-U-I. I am the mass victimization advocate that works between the Office of Emergency Management and the Resiliency and Justice Center. I have responded to several incidents here and outside of the state, and just wanted to say that this bill is very important and I support it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any additional testimony in support in Carson City for AB 50? Okay, we will move to Las Vegas. Seeing no one in Las Vegas, AVH will move to in support of AB 50.
To testify in support of AB 50, please press star 9 to take your place in the queue. Caller, you are unmuted. Please make sure that you are unmuted on your end.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
And for that is I'm yes for that. To record? Yes.
I'm sorry, caller, would you please spell your name again?
Is Pfizer served for us?
Go ahead.
And it's for yes.
I'm sorry, AVH, we're having some difficulty in understanding this. If it's possible for the caller to send in comments in writing to the committee, we can accept it up to 24 hours after the hearing.
Thank you, Chair. The caller did hang up, and we have no additional callers for support at this time.
Okay, thank you. Next, we will move on to testimony in opposition. Is there anyone here in Carson City wishing to testify in opposition to AB 50? Please go ahead when you're ready.
Good morning. My name is Patrick Kelly. I'm with the Nevada Hospital Association. We've been working with Clark County for several months on this bill. It's been a great cooperative effort. They've recognized some of the issues we've raised. They appear to be addressed in the amendment, but we just need a little bit more time to go through the amendment. But we're looking forward to working with them. But at this point, technically, we stand in opposition. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for testifying in opposition in correct position of opposition. Seeing no one else in Carson City and seeing no one still in Las Vegas, AVH, is there anyone in opposition on the phone lines for AB 50?
To testify in opposition of AB 50, please press star 9 to take your place in the queue. Chair, we have no callers for opposition at this time.
Thank you. Then we will move to neutral. Is there anyone in Carson City wishing to testify in neutral? Seeing no one approach and still seeing no one in Las Vegas, AVH, we're back to you if there's anyone on the lines wishing to testify in neutral.
To testify in neutral for AB 50, please press star 9 to take your place in the queue. Chair, we have no callers wishing to testify in neutral at this time.
Thank you. Would the sponsors like to come and make any final remarks?
Thank you, Chair Considine. Ashley Kennedy, representing Clark County. We did not mention this during our bill presentation, but we are hosting Emergency Management Day today and do have a demo of the database available that you can see a video of it. We are located on the second floor atrium today with these fine folks and their emergency management colleagues. So if you're interested in seeing what the database looks like, we can show that to you. And we will just continue working with on the bill with the hospital partners, and hopefully we'll get to a good place. Thank you.
Thank you. And with that, I will close the hearing on AB 50. We will move to the last item in our agenda, which is public comment. As a reminder, members of the public can provide public comment in person or telephonically and may submit public comment for up to 24 hours after the meeting. Instructions for providing public comment can be found on the agenda. To provide public comment telephonically, dial 888-475-4499. When prompted to provide the meeting ID, enter 827-0506-3933, and then press pound when prompted for a participant ID. Each person will have 2 minutes to provide testimony, and please remember to clearly state and spell your name for the record. Is there anyone here in Carson City wishing to provide public comment today? Seeing no one approach and seeing no one in Las Vegas, is there anyone in Las Vegas wishing to provide testimony? I'm sorry, public comment? Okay, no. AVH, is there anyone on the line to provide public comment today?
To provide public comment, please press star 9 to take your place in the queue. Chair, we have no callers for public comment at this time.
Thank you. Our next meeting will be Friday, February 28th at 9 a.m. in room 3143. That concludes our meeting for today. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.